right, guys. So we are back here at the top of hour 2 here on Brandon's World on this Wednesday. It's 47 degrees outside. Nice day out here in Kent, Ohio. And I have Enzo Orlando with me here in the studio. Enzo, how are you, my man?
Been a busy day for me, Brandon, but it's nice to be in the studio during a time I'm not usually in it. So remember, listen to Past Mike Sport Talk every Friday, noon to 2 here on BlackSquirrel.com. Yeah, the weather is a little bit nice. Just we have some rain coming in right now. It was raining on my way here.
That's unfortunate. Well, we had some rain, so to speak, in Cleveland over the weekend when the Browns made some headline noise and they practically released Joe Schobert. My takeaway is, who cares? You can get another linebacker. I know some people are like, oh, Joe Schobert's so good. I'm like, okay, you don't need linebackers. That is my philosophy. You don't need great linebackers to win in football. You need the great defensive line. You need average corners. I'm not upset Schobert's gone. He can go get $10 million somewhere else. To me, it's way too much to pay for a linebacker. Your thoughts, my man?
My thoughts on this. I really like Joe Schobert. I thought he was a pretty good linebacker. We had made it to the Pro Bowl when we went 0-16, so that's pretty impressive from him, actually, when the team was, really bad. And then just, releasing him, him just, not wanting to resign. I gotta say, I think it was, his decision more than I think the Browns they're okay at linebacker. We got Mac Wilson. We still have Kirksey with us. So we also got Taki. So still got a couple guys. I mean, I wouldn't mind saying maybe get one in free agency or maybe later around the draft. I wouldn't use our first round pick on a linebacker. I would use it to get an O-line because that's the biggest problem now.
If they don't go O-line in the first round, you have the right to lose your mind on air. I give every single Cleveland radio host personality the right to lose their minds. Now, the Browns can trade down. I wouldn't even mind if they trade down and get an offensive line because this offensive line draft is so deep. There's even been some talks about the Eagles moving up from 21 to 10 with the Browns, trying to grab a receiver at the top of that top end. That could be something I might like to see. But, yeah, if they don't get an offensive lineman, you have the right to lose your mind. I mean, Baker Mayfield has no protection.
No, he had no protection last year. Greg Robinson was basically just an entrance door pretty much for the defense to just go to Baker and say that the rest of the offensive line, the only one that probably worked out was Bitonio.
Bitonio and Shredder a little bit to a degree.
A little bit to a degree, so getting rid of Zyder last year for Odell Beckham really hurt us.
Yeah, so, Enzo, you wrote an article a year ago explaining why Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. And here we are, a year later, and it looks like, and to me, unfortunately, and I talked about this earlier in the show, Tom Brady is looking like he's going to be leaving New England. Now, as I said, as a football fan, and I've seen Brady play against my team in 2 Super Bowls, and I still don't like the fact he's leaving New England. I think it's a mistake on both sides. I think Brady needs Belichick, and I think Belichick needs Brady. I know superstars don't often finish the teams that started with their career. We've seen it with Michael Jordan. We've seen it with other athletes. But I just think, man, can we ride this out one more year? Can we get the Patriots one more weapon? That's all they literally need is one more weapon, and they're right there with Kansas City.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Tom Brady and New England Patriots, they go together hand in hand, I gotta say. Seeing Tom Brady in a jersey that's not the New England Patriots will be very hard for many football fans to see. And here's the thing, no matter where he goes, he's not going to win another Super Bowl. Even if he re-signs with New England, I don't think New England will win another Super Bowl, to be honest. If he leaves, I see the Bills being the better team in the AFC East, along with the Patriots still being somewhat competitive because you still got Bill Belichick there. And Tom Brady, I don't think this will really hurt his legacy that much. This might be like when Jordan went to the Wizards in the early 2000s. That's pretty much how it would be. And I'll probably rewrite the article, maybe just an update on it and why he's still the GOAT. I mean, there's no question. Just look at what he's done. 6 Super Bowls, 4 MVPs, comeback play of the year. What other quarterback's done it? None. I mean, people can still say Montana. I don't think Montana anymore. Montana's kind of been out of the GOAT conversation for the past couple of years. It's Tom Brady, to be honest, and I think I said something on my show about the NBA GOAT discussion. I ended that, put it into a YouTube video, and If you want to get my opinion on that, if you haven't heard it, I wouldn't
No,
mind.
I have saw your opinion, and I think your argument on that is fair. My thing is, you look at what LeBron's doing right now. Obviously, Michael Jordan was a way better shooter than LeBron. But LeBron's overall game to me eclipses anybody in the history of basketball. What he's doing, he's averaging 10 assists at age 35 as a point forward, leading the number one seeded Lakers. And for people that forget, last year at this time, we were talking post NBA trade deadline, the Lakers possibly trading LeBron. That's how much of a mess this team was. Now they're the number one seed, and they're right there to compete for a championship. That to me is GOAT. GOAT, GOAT.
100% agree with you there. The Lakers are back. I think I said it in like October. They're gonna go win the championship. It was even before what happened with Kobe Bryant.
I don't think that they are going to win the championship, and I'll tell you why. I think when you get into a 7-game series with the Clippers, and as deep as the Clippers are, I think it's going to be tough for LeBron for 7 games. I think that series will go 7 games.
I agree. It would go 7 games.
I think it'll be tough for him because they're going to throw Leonard, they're going to throw Paul George, and Marcus Morris and Patrick Beverley. And I don't trust Anthony Davis. I never out-trust Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is one of these quote-unquote superstars that doesn't have a superstar backbone. There is a difference between a A-plus talent like LeBron and an A-plus talent like AD who doesn't know how to win. And that's where I worry with the Lakers. Because other than AD, I'm sorry, I have to admit this. I am out on Kyle Kuzma. I don't like Kyle Kuzma. I would have traded him at the deadline. Without LeBron or AD, they're unwatchable. They can't score.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the Lakers might not have depth, but then I got to remember, you have LeBron James on our team, and LeBron not being in the playoffs last year was very strange for many of us to watch because LeBron's been in the playoffs for like over 10 straight seasons.
And again, you're choking yourself.
He's on a mission right now, and we all know LeBron can do a one-man show on a team without help. We've seen him do it with the Cavs multiple times.
Yeah, but again, by the time he got to the finals, it wore himself out, and I'm going to make this point too. You're joking yourself if you legitimately thought the Raptors deserved that championship last year. The Raptors got the two most lucky breaks I've ever seen in the history of the playoffs. The one was the Leonard shot he hit over Joel Embiid in Game 7.
True.
And the second one was, are you kidding me? Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson both got hurt? You really think that Toronto team deserved that championship? No. Now, did Golden State deserve it in 2015? No. But they won it. Why? Because they were the more healthier team. And I think down the stretch, bench depth is going to matter. And the Clippers have it more. And, I'm not if I'm a team of the East, I'm not afraid of Milwaukee either because I don't trust Giannis.
Yeah.
So this is going to get real interesting. This is going to be fun basketball down the stretch here, man.
I mean, I've been hearing things about the way the Clippers have been playing now that they might not even make it to the Western Conference Finals. I've seen predictions of them getting eliminated in the
That's what everybody
semis.
said about the Cavs. Remember they said that about the Cavs for 4 years? Well, especially the last year with LeBron.
I think the last year with LeBron they did.
When they were the 4 seed, and everybody said they might not beat Indiana. It took us 7 games, but we beat Indiana. Then we swept Toronto. And then that Boston series, I think we all forget how good Boston was that year.
Without Kyrie and Gordon Hayward.
And Jason Tatum, I said it last week. Jason Tatum, I'm sorry. My eye test to me, that guy is a superstar.
I agree. Tatum is definitely a superstar. He's a baller. He balls hard. I tell you that.
So, to me, Boston... And we talked about this a little bit. We said, Boston, they don't have the pieces. I think we could admit we were both wrong on that. Because now Tatum's a superstar. I was always wrong on that. I would say that. I think Boston has a legit chance to beat Milwaukee. I know I told you a couple weeks ago I didn't think it was possible. I'm seeing Jason Tatum. Boston can beat Milwaukee. And they can beat him in 6. It wouldn't even have to take 7. Because this is what you do. You build a wall around Giannis, who's not a great passer. Oh, Chris,
not a great shooter. I don't think Giannis is a great shooter
right,
at
all. And Chris Middleton. Who gives a rip about Chris Middleton? He's not good. This narrative now in the NBA that these guys that are making $28 million are good. Otto Porter's making almost as much as Chris Middleton. Are you kidding me? No. Folks, the NBA market is ripped up. It's destroyed. The fact that Chris Middleton's making money, yeah, he's making money. Is he a great second option? No. At best, he's a third option, and that's what's going to bring Milwaukee down.
Yeah, I really never had faith in Milwaukee. I mean, they're always been known as a good regular season team and never really fully performed in the playoffs. Usually get eliminated in the semifinals or the Eastern Conference Finals like they did last year. I remember last year, Celtics went up 2-0 against Milwaukee, and then Paul Pierce said on NBA Countdown, he's like, you know what, the Celtics got this series, they're going to sweep them. Milwaukee ended up coming back and winning it, but that could happen again, it could not. Boston may be able to win it. I would love to see a Lakers-Celtics finals, because, those have always been classics. The last time they met was in 2010. Lakers ended up winning that one, so good rivalry, and I'm just been pulling for the Lakers. I've been paying attention more to the Lakers than the Cavs, because just don't get me started with the Cavs. I know getting JB Bickerstaff has been a big help, but this team's really going nowhere this season. They're already focused on the draft. They don't even care how they end, because that organization is something else, and along with all the other Cleveland
I
ones.
agree. All right, so let's switch to the team that you are wearing on your sweatshirt. So I believe that the Indians are the best well-run team in Cleveland, and people can give stuff to Dolan all they want. They can say he's cheap and all that. But here's my thing, Enzo. The Indians are a good team. Now, they have to say, obviously the Class A injury is going to hurt. They're going to need to bolster up that bullpen. But this Indians team, they're not a bad team. And this notion that, we need to pay Francisco Lindor now because the Milwaukee Brewers just paid Yelich all that money.
They paid $200 million for Christian Yelich and Brewers in the same market as Cleveland.
But again,
it questions us.
But again, Lindor is going to be at least $300 around that. And if you're going to pay Lindor that money, you're going to have to make sacrifices elsewhere. And baseball is not a superstar sport. And you really want to be stuck 3 years from now. Let's say they paid Lindor today. 3 years from now, I guarantee you the Indians would be in last place in the American League Central. I almost guarantee it. Because you're going to get stuck. Look at the Tigers and look at the Royals. They paid all that money for Miguel Cabrera and all those superstars. Where are they at now? In the basement. 3 years ago, remember, 2016, the Tigers were right there with the Indians for the AL Central. Now, they might be the worst team in baseball. Why? Because they paid a fat contract to everybody that doesn't deserve it. Nobody deserves a fat contract. Except for maybe Mike Trout, who's the best player in baseball.
Agree, but I think the reason why, the Dolans, I wouldn't say like they're the best owners in baseball, but I would say they're the best in Cleveland, but it's really not saying much if you're competing with Dan Gilbert and Jimmy Haslam. Gilbert, yes, helped out in 2016 when the Cavs were on that championship run and all the other times with LeBron when it came to paying players. Jimmy Haslam, who knows what he's been doing. He's been having this team for 8 years, and it's been a clown show like it has been for the past 20. So who knows what Haslam's doing? Who knows what the Browns are doing? But I think what the Dolans are with them being cheap, it just bugs the fans that you're not going to keep probably a player who actually wants to stay here, too, his whole career. He doesn't want to be like, I'm going to leave like a couple others.
But he also said, I'm not taking a discount.
Yeah, there's no way. He's a superstar. He's like probably like the next Derek Jeter, I have to say.
So there is somewhat of a Dak Prescott element here, if you think about it, because the Cowboys want him to take a discount. They want him to stay. And in baseball, we don't have a franchise tag. If there was a franchise tag in baseball, Lindor would be getting in 2 years. He's not getting it. And if you let him go on the open market, he's going to go to a big market team.
It's more than likely New York, Boston, L.A., or any of those big cities.
So again, as much as we love Lindor, and as much as a lot of fans don't like the enjoy him comment by Dolan, I'm sorry, folks. Enjoy him. Because he's right. In 2 years, Francisco Lindor is walking out that door. And I'm not going to be mad about it because this is the reality we're in with baseball. And the Indians have a solid team. And you know what? When Lindor leaves, they do have a lot of prospects, a lot of shortstop prospects that could be up and coming. They're not going to be as good as Lindor because nobody can replace him. But the Indians, to me, won't fall off the map as much as they would if they had, because that's what it would be.
Literally, I think whenever Lindor or Jose Ramirez leaves, it just means that we kind of wasted a time where we had a chance to win a World Series. We were so close in 2016. 2017, every Indians fan thought we had Boston in the bag. I believed it too. And
2017 was the year. I think
we thought it was the year because we looked at the Royals did. They lost in 2014 in Game 7 to the Giants, and then came back in 2015 and won it.
And
we thought the Indians were going to do the same thing.
So the 2016 year was the good team that went on that ride. 2017 was actually a better team than 2016.
Yeah, I agree.
We just ran into that Yankee wall, man.
It was just Corey Kluber wasn't pitching his best.
Yep.
He was actually kind of hurt, actually. We found out later, which it wasn't good news. Didn't know why in that Game 5, in the elimination game, that Francona went with Kluber instead of Bauer, because Bauer pitched great that Game 1,
Bauer
I remember.
pitched Game 4, remember?
You know what? Maybe I
Bauer
forgot.
pitched Game 4. So the point on this year's team, I think the Indians should be the favorite to win the AL Central. Will they? I'm not sure. But I do like their pitching more than Minnesota and Chicago. And I do like their lineup, at least to the point where their pitching can balance it out. They might need to add a bat here or there. But for the start of the year, when you look at this Indians team to start the year, they're in a lot better shape than they were last year.
They were. Last year, it was a very slow start in the month of April. Very slow start. Coming up this year, I feel good about them more than I did last year. It's just last year we just ran into so many injuries, and that's why we were unable to win.
And then we ran out of gas
division
at the end because we used all of our young guys. And I'll give the outfield as an example. Oh, we didn't pay Yasiel Puig. Yes, but we still have Reyes. You have
we got
Luplo.
We signed Domingo Santana.
You got Domingo Santana. You got the Shields. You got Greg Allen. You got Bradley Zimmer will be in that mix. There's a lot of young talent in the outfield, and you can platoon Reyes or Jake Bowers. I always forgot about Jake Bowers. Jake Bowers is still there. And then people are somewhat mad about the Kluber trade. Yeah, you still have Savali, Clevenger, Carrasco, Bieber, Plesac, Plutko. Even though we made these trades and didn't sign these guys, the Indians have a lot of talent. And it's just going to be about Terry Francona, who I still believe is the best manager in baseball. Can he put this together? And I think the Indians have a real shot to at least compete this year.
I think they compete. I think the Twins and the Indians will be fighting for the top of the AL Central the whole entire season, because the Twins made some big moves, like getting Josh Donaldson, which is a big game changer for us. So the Twins are going to have a really competitive offense to go against if you're pitching against them. But I think we can win the Central and take it back. When it comes to playoff time, we all know New York is going to be tough. Who knows who's going to come out of the West? A lot of people don't. I don't think the Astros are going to come out.
So to me, the Yankees are the only obstacle, because this is what I'm anticipating. Houston, Boston will not make the playoffs. There's two teams out of the way.
Yeah, I agree. So, Houston out, Boston, they're going to go through a rebuild.
So you got the Angels, the Rays, the A's, the Indians, the Twins, the White Sox. They're really all in the same boat. The Indians are right there. To me, the only team the Indians are clearly not better than is the Yankees, and that's because the Yankees are just unfair. But the Yankees have also dealt with injuries, and as much as we think of the Yankees, they haven't won the World Series since 09.
2009, yeah.
So they're not invincible. So really, and Enzo, you know this, in baseball, what does it come down to in the postseason? Pitching. And what do the Indians have better than almost any team in baseball? Pitching. And if their lineup can at least be decent, if they can score anywhere between 3.5 and 4.5 runs per game, this team has a chance. I will speak it into existence. This team has a chance. And if they get into the playoffs, as we saw last year with the Nationals, nobody expected the Nationals to win the World Series.
No.
You never know what's going to happen.
That's the amazing thing about October when it comes to baseball. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, I remember in 2016, not many people really predicted the Indians to go to the World Series.
See,
but we ended up making it.
I never understood that, because even though they were the 2 seed, again, I always liked the pitching, and our bullpen with Andrew Miller and Cody Allen was dynamite. And I'm telling you right now, if this Clase guy, I know he's expecting to miss probably the first month or two of the season. If he gets back healthy, if he can be the setup man to Brett Hand, and then you have Wickren and those other guys behind him, this bullpen could be locked down. I'm dead serious. Clase is a young right-handed Aroldis Chapman. If he is healthy, boy, this team, folks, can we stop complaining? Just because you're mad about the Dolans and Lindor. Look at the team you have. This team hasn't even sold out opening day tickets. Oh!
I know. I'm going to opening day, and I had mentioned on my show last week that opening day tickets are still not sold out. Well, first of all, you got to admit, March 26th, Cleveland, Ohio, Indians and Tigers.
No,
what was the scheduling behind that? It is stupid. They should have put
it's also a 1:00 game. Like, what the heck is that about?
Pretty much when I go down Thursday, it's going to be like me attending a Browns game pretty much.
Yeah.
A 1 o'clock game Thursday. I'm on spring break. So I'll have like a lot of fun, but I don't know if it's going to be completely sold out. Maybe last minute they might get sold out or something. But opening day is like more like a holiday when it comes to baseball compared to any other sport.
So, question really quickly. Do you think that the opening day ticket sales are more based off the fans' displeasure of Doans and Lindor, or do you think it's just based off the timing? Because I really think it's more based off timing.
I think it's timing, too. I pretty much think it's timing. No one wants to sit out in the cold the whole time and snow, or who knows what we get in March. Like, this weather's going to be weird. It's going to be warm this Sunday, then it's going to go back to rain. Then it's going to be warm, maybe snow. I mean, the weather is unpredictable in Cleveland, Ohio in the month of March and April, I got to say, too. I think Major League Baseball should shorten the season by 10 games. 162.
But they're not going to,
They're not
because
going
it's
to.
money. It's
money.
all money. And it's the reason why, and your co-host Sean Fitzgerald is working on an article about MLB implementing a salary cap. I am helping him edit it. Again, I've already told Sean this. It's a great idea, and I'm happy he's writing the article. But at the end of the day, it's not going to happen because it's money, and the big market teams aren't going to go for it, and that's why baseball's in flux. That's why, spoiler alert, in about 5 minutes, I'm going to be doing my top 10 players in sports that have the it factor. Mike Trout's not on there. There's nobody in baseball that's on there to me.
No.
Because baseball isn't marketed.
It's not really. You realize why the NBA and the NFL have been doing so much better than baseball because you know what? The players are able to market themselves. You see it a lot in the NBA. You also see it in the NFL, too. These players are out getting sponsorships. You see more NFL and NBA players on your TV, on social media, interacting with fans, doing all these nonprofit organizations and stuff, helping out. I'm not saying baseball does that, but they do. But they don't do a good job as well. I mean, how many people in the world really know who Mike Trout is? I mean, really, you can ask someone. They might not even know who Mike Trout is and who's the best player in baseball right now. You can also say about Francisco Lindor, you know, when LeBron was here. LeBron was, of course, getting all the marketing. And then when LeBron left, people are like saying, oh, Lindor should be like the face of the city. And then Baker Mayfield comes.
But he's not.
He's not.
He's not the face of the city. And by the way, neither is Baker right now. Cleveland doesn't have a face of the city right now.
I mean, we got a lot of big Odell, maybe Jarvis.
You got a lot of big names, but nobody has the cachet that LeBron does. I'm going to tell you something. The Saints and New Orleans, they have Drew Brees. I can make the argument right now, he's not the face of the city. Zion is. You know why? Because the NBA ratings were down until what happened? Zion appeared. Now they're back up. Because stars and it factor matter. That's a preview in about 3 minutes on this show. So, Enzo, I just want to say, man, it was fun today. Fun to get you in the studio. I usually don't bring guests back this soon, but obviously there were some topics today that I know me and you agree on that we had to hit, man. So, appreciate you coming by.
All right, thanks, Brandon. Love being on your show, and remember tuning in past the mic every Friday noon to 2 on BlackSquirrel.com. Plus, we have a big announcement coming out tomorrow in about 24 hours. So be sure to follow _the_Mike on Twitter and on Instagram too at Past Mike Sports Talk. Huge announcement coming tomorrow in about 24 hours. So make sure you got your social media ready because it's going to be big. And especially for you, Kent State students, you'll really want to listen in on our show on Friday.
Again, Enzo Orlando, co-host Past the Mike Sports Talk with Sean Fitzgerald every Friday from noon to 2 right here on BuckShowRadio.com. Thank you, Enzo, for joining us. We'll be right back here on Brand's World.